Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever been in a situation where you gave everything to someone only to be left with nothing in return? You poured your heart out, your time and your energy only to be discarded as though it meant nothing. Well, let me tell you something. They will regret losing you, and when that moment comes, you'll need to remember one thing. You don't have to take them back. The reality is, if someone didn't appreciate you when they had you, why would they suddenly recognize your worth now? Regret doesn't erase the hurt they cause, and their newfound realization of your value doesn't change the past. They will come back with apologies and promises, but the truth is, actions speak louder than words. You've already given them a chance, and now it's time to move forward because what's ahead of you is far greater than what you left behind. This is your moment to reclaim your peace and to stop allowing someone else's mistakes to dictate your happiness. Click now to hear why you deserve so much more than someone who only realizes your worth once it's too late. They say time changes everything, but let me tell you, regret doesn't change the truth. If someone couldn't appreciate you when you were there, they won't suddenly be able to treat you right when they realize you're gone. It's easy for people to come back when they're faced with the reality of losing someone like you, but don't fall for the words, the apologies, or the promises. They will regret losing you, that's for sure, but that doesn't mean you should let them back in. You've already given them the opportunity to see your worth, and now it's your turn to see your own value. Your future is full of possibilities, growth, and people who will cherish you for who you are, not for what they lost. You don't have to wait for them to recognize what they had because you've already moved on. Don't let someone's regret define your next steps. Click now and hear why your peace, your happiness, and your future are worth so much more than taking them back. Let's make one thing clear. Your worth is not determined by someone else's inability to recognize it. You don't lose value because someone failed to appreciate or understand you. Just as a diamond remains a diamond even when buried in dirt, or a masterpiece remains art even when hidden away in the dark, your value is inherent and cannot be diminished by others' ignorance. Too often we get caught up in seeking validation from those who were never meant to have a front row seat in our lives. We wait for them to realize what we've contributed, hoping that one day they'll admit they were wrong. But here's the truth. Your worth is not up for debate. It doesn't depend on someone else's recognition or approval. It is a fact, and facts don't change based on the failure of others to acknowledge them. Those who walked away will eventually regret losing you, not because you weren't enough, but because they never took the time to truly understand just how rare and valuable you are. No, they didn't appreciate your kindness, loyalty, or effort. Instead, they saw it as something they were entitled to rather than something they should have cherished. But that's their problem to deal with, not yours. When they finally realize what they lost, they'll come back with all the words you once longed to hear. I didn't realize what I had, or you were the best thing in my life, and I wish I could go back. But remember, if they couldn't see your worth when you were right in front of them, they don't deserve to benefit from it now that you're gone. At this point, you don't need to prove yourself to anyone. You don't have to beg for recognition or affection. The right people will see your worth from day one. They will appreciate you for who you are without needing to lose you first. The right people will never make you feel like you have to fight for your place in their life. The truth is, people often get comfortable when something is always available. When they take you for granted, they stop putting in effort. They stop showing gratitude and begin treating you as though you're always going to be there, forgetting the value of what they have. But let me remind you, nothing in life is guaranteed. When people take you for granted, it's only a matter of time before life teaches them a lesson. One day, that steady presence they relied on will disappear. The person they thought would always be there will walk away, and suddenly the silence will be deafening. They thought you would always answer their calls, always forgive, always give them another chance. But now they're realizing that people are not objects and love is not an infinite resource. No matter how much you care, you cannot force someone to appreciate you. The real regret comes when they see someone else treating you the way they should have. When they see another person value your kindness, your energy, your love, that's when they understand they lost something irreplaceable. By the time they wake up to this reality, it will be too late. You have already moved on, built a life without them, and that's a pain they will have to carry. It's not your responsibility to bear the weight of their mistakes. You don't owe them closure, an explanation, or another chance to fix what they broke. Their loss is theirs to handle, not yours. Too often we feel the need to help people understand what they did wrong, to make them realize the hurt they caused, to show them our worth and prove they should have treated us better. But that's not your job. Life will show them the consequences of their actions in its own time and its own way. The moment you walk away from someone who didn't value you, you reclaim your power. You stop making excuses for their behavior and stop bending over backward to prove that you were worthy all along. You stop allowing their inability to love you properly to affect how you see yourself. And trust me, when they start feeling the emptiness, when they finally understand what they lost, they will try to pull you back in. They'll act like they've changed, say they're different, and try to rewrite the past. But don't be fooled. Regret and change are not the same thing. Regret is about them. Change is about growth. If they regret losing you, but haven't truly changed, all they want is the comfort of your presence, not the responsibility of treating you right. Not everyone can go where you're going. Not everyone deserves to. Some people were meant to be part of your past, not your future. Holding on to them only prevents you from becoming the person you're meant to be. Growth means outgrowing people who refuse to evolve. It means accepting that not everyone will understand your journey. Some people were meant to be a chapter in your story, not the whole book. It's never easy. It's painful to accept that someone you care deeply for is no longer a good fit in your life. However, staying attached to the wrong people out of comfort or fear only holds you back. As you grow, you begin to see things differently. You start recognizing who truly supports you and who simply enjoys your presence. And you begin to understand that some connections were based on comfort, not compatibility. The people who truly love you will grow alongside you. They will encourage your progress, celebrate your successes, and never try to pull you back into old cycles. But those who don't will either remove themselves or life will do it for you. You don't need their apology to move forward. You don't need their explanation to heal. You don't need them to admit they were wrong to find peace. Often we wait for others to say the right words, to take responsibility, or to acknowledge the hurt they've caused. But sometimes that moment never comes. Some people never own up to their actions. If you spend your life waiting for closure from someone else, you give them control over your healing. Your healing happens the moment you decide you are done waiting. It occurs when you stop looking for answers in the same place where you found pain. The truth is, no matter what they say, it won't change the past. You have to be the one to close that chapter, to accept that you deserve better, and to move forward without looking back. It's not easy, but it's necessary. Closure is not about seeking justice. It's about setting yourself free. And once you free yourself from needing validation from the past, you open yourself up to a future filled with peace, purpose, and people who truly value you. Regret creeps in slowly. At first, people think they're fine. They believe they made the right choice, that they can do better, that there's nothing special about what they left behind. But life has a way of humbling people. It has a way of showing them the truth just when it's too late to do anything about it. They'll search for someone who loves them the way you did. They'll look for the same warmth, loyalty, and unwavering support you gave them. And at first they might think they found it, but slowly reality sets in. They'll start to realize that not all love is the same, that not everyone will tolerate what they did or forgive what they did or stand by them as you did. That's when regret starts to sink in. They'll replay memories, wishing they could go back, wondering why they didn't cherish what they had when it was right in front of them. They'll begin to understand that what they took for granted was never guaranteed, that the love they assumed would always be there is now gone. But by the time they realize this, you've already moved on. You've already grown into a new version of yourself. You're no longer waiting by the phone, no longer checking for their messages, no longer hoping they'll come back. The person they regret losing no longer exists in the same form. That's the thing about regret. It's always too late. While they were figuring things out, you were healing, you were evolving, and now their regret serves only as a reminder of what they let slip through their fingers. Pain has a purpose. Heartbreak teaches you lessons. The people who hurt you weren't sent to break you, they were sent to teach you. They taught you what love should and shouldn't look like, what you will and will not accept, and that sometimes losing someone is the best thing that can happen to you. But here's the problem. Too many people treat heartbreak like a life sentence. They let the pain define them, let the past dictate their future, and stay stuck in the what-ifs, replaying memories that no longer serve them. They don't realize that the pain was never meant to be permanent. It was meant to be a bridge to something greater. You cannot build your future while clinging to the past. You can't welcome new love, new opportunities, new happiness while holding on to people who no longer deserve a place in your life. The lesson was to show you your strength, your resilience, and your ability to stand alone and still shine. And trust me, when you finally understand that lesson, you won't even want to go back. You won't miss what you thought you lost because you'll realize it was never truly meant for you. You'll see that what you've gained, self-respect, clarity, and freedom, is worth more than anything they could ever offer. So let the lesson shape you, not break you. Let it move you forward, not keep you stuck. Because the moment you stop looking back, you open yourself up to everything you were meant to have. When someone truly values you, they don't need to lose you to appreciate you. They don't need to see you with someone else to realize what they had. They don't need regret to finally choose you. If they couldn't love you right the first time, what makes you think they'll get it right now? People don't just change overnight. Yes, they may come back with the right words, the right apologies, and the right amount of effort at first. But words are easy. Regret is temporary. The real question is, did they change because they truly want to be better, or because they can't stand the thought of someone else having what they threw away? If you weren't enough for them, why should you be their second choice now? If they couldn't commit, couldn't appreciate, couldn't choose you fully when they had the chance, then why should you believe they're ready now? Love doesn't work on convenience. Real love is a choice, an active daily choice. And if they failed to make that choice when it mattered, they don't deserve to make it now. You have to stop letting people return just because they regret. Regret is not a reason to reopen a closed door, because let's be honest, if they never lost you, would they have truly changed? Or are they just reacting to their own emptiness, their own loneliness, their own guilt? The right person won't need distance to realize your worth. They'll choose you when it matters, not when it's too late. You don't have to prove anything to them. You don't have to waste your energy trying to make them see what they lost. The best way to show someone they made a mistake is to simply live a life so fulfilling, so joyful that their absence becomes irrelevant. Nothing shakes a person more than realizing you didn't need them to be happy. Nothing makes them feel their loss more than seeing you thrive, grow, and succeed without them. They expected you to crumble, to wait, to question your worth, but instead you became the person they never believed you could be. You start prioritizing yourself. You focus on your dreams, your passions, your goals. You surround yourself with people who see your value and appreciate your presence. You stop allowing yourself to be taken for granted, and suddenly the past no longer holds power over you. The day will come when they look at your life and realize they were just a chapter, not the whole story. By then, you won't need closure. You won't need validation. You'll already know that you were always enough. They just weren't ready for it. So let your success be your response. Let your joy be your closure. Let your growth be the answer to every doubt they ever had about you. The best revenge isn't proving them wrong. It's proving to yourself that you never needed their approval in the first place. You are stepping into a new season of your life, a season of clarity, abundance, and being surrounded by people who don't need to lose you to recognize your worth. Your future is too precious to waste on people who only see your value in hindsight. You deserve to be loved in the present, not just missed in the past. You deserve to be appreciated while you're still here, not just longed for once you're gone. When you let go of people who didn't cherish you, you make room for those who will. You create space for relationships that feel easy, natural, and fulfilling, relationships where you don't have to prove your worth. Don't let nostalgia trick you into reopening doors that were meant to stay closed. What's ahead of you is far greater than what's behind you. The people meant for you will see your worth the first time. No losses, no regrets, no second chances needed. You owe it to yourself to move forward. You owe it to yourself to stop looking back. You owe it to yourself to stop entertaining people who only realize your worth after they've lost you. Because here's the truth. People don't change just because they regret. People don't suddenly become the right ones for you just because they feel your absence. And most importantly, your future is too valuable to be weighed down by people who couldn't cherish you when they had the chance. They will regret losing you, and they will feel the weight of your absence. But none of that is your responsibility. Let them sit with their regret while you rise into your purpose. Let them watch from a distance as you flourish in ways they never believed possible. Let them learn the hard way that losing you was their loss, not yours. When you finally choose yourself, unapologetically, without hesitation, you'll realize something powerful. You never needed them to begin with. You were whole before they came, and you are whole now that they're gone. Your happiness, your success, and your peace were never dependent on them. They were always within you. So walk away and stay gone. Close the door and don't look back. The life waiting for you on the other side of regret is far greater than anything you left behind. And the people meant for you will see your worth from the very beginning. No regret, no second chances, just real, undeniable love and appreciation. They will regret losing you. That's a guarantee. But here's the thing. Regret is not enough. It doesn't fix the hurt. It doesn't erase the past. And it doesn't change the fact that they failed to appreciate you when they had the chance. So don't fall for the empty words or promises of change. You've already shown them your worth. And now it's time to show yourself how strong you are by moving forward. Don't let their regret pull you back into a situation that doesn't serve you. Your peace, your growth, and your future are worth more than holding on to something that wasn't meant to last. Remember, the right people will see your value from the start. They won't need to lose you to realize it. Click now to hear why taking them back isn't the answer and why your next chapter is far brighter without them.